So here's what we asked of our team, that they go out and compete and play with a style and brand of football representative of our university. I thought we did that. I thought we played hard. I thought we competed throughout the duration of the game. At the end of it, our best wasn't good enough tonight, so we finished second. But I thought there were some good things that happened. And there's some things that will continue to need to improve on, that we have to score touchdowns and not just field goals. Glad to see the field goals go through, but we got to be able to score touchdowns, and so we'll continue to try to remedy that issue for us so that we can score touchdowns. I thought we need to take care of the ball a lot better than we did. 3 of them on the ground, 2 of them picked up by the opponent, and that was the difference in the game for us. And so I told the team, pick your heads up. You fought, you competed. There's no moral victory, but there is a lot to be said for how we played the game. So, any questions?
Coach, could you just kind of talk about the decision to go to Michael Van Buren when you did, and what went into that?
Yeah, so as we discussed as a staff, we knew there could be opportunities in the quarterback run game, and then at the back end, as they tried to bring closure to it, they would make it difficult to just sit in the pocket. And so we wanted to move him around and do some things. We thought that he gave us a chance to do those things, so that went into the thought and why we put him in.
How do you think Michael performed tonight? Coming in for
I thought he was solid. There were some things that were obvious. Pushing the pocket, stepping up, delivering passes, escaping extended plays, and picking up first downs with his legs. I'd like him to have 2 hands on the ball, in the pocket, so we don't get that last one swatted away. But I thought he did a good job.
On the other side of it, with Garrett himself, why do you think he was maybe having some issues tonight? What was he maybe struggling with? What did you see, I guess, in this game?
Yeah, I thought he did some good things early on. We moved him out the pocket, and I thought he started the game off extremely well. As we went into the depth of the game, we just thought it was an opportunity for us to change up, to throw their defense off, and so we went with the change. So I don't know if it's something necessarily that he did so bad. We just thought that it would be an advantage in the things that Michael could give us.
Chess.
Coach, your defense held them to just 3 points in the second half.
Yeah.
Prolific offense. What did you see out of them tonight?
Yeah, I thought our defense played extremely well. You take away some of those big plays that we gave up. They weren't necessarily drives that they just took down the field, but they did get behind us a couple of times. I thought Blake Baker, our defensive staff, did an outstanding job game planning. I thought they gave us opportunities to be able to compete. I think they didn't rush the ball extremely well. We contested passes like we said we wanted to do, and eventually we were able to start moving the quarterback off of his mark, which was advantageous for us.
Court. What did you make of the game that Alex had against Paul?
Yeah, I thought he did a good job. I thought he did a good job in managing the game, managing the clock. There was one on me in the second quarter that I would have not, if I could take it back, not give them the ball back. But I thought he did a really good job. I thought our entire offensive staff did a good job of doing what our players could do, protecting our offensive line, and their vulnerabilities, because we're so youthful. As you saw, we put young Ori Williams in there as well, and also trying to do our very best to keep our quarterback upright. So I thought he did a good job.
Josh.
Now that the game's over, how do you think the kids handled the last 2 weeks and everything swirling around them going into this game?
Yeah. So, I thought they did a good job of managing that. I thought you look at us in our preparation, you look at us in pregame, you look at how we played this game. That wasn't a team that had quit in them. That wasn't a team that was submissive or not willing to fight back. It just wasn't our day, unfortunately, to capitalize or to win the football game. But I thought our kids handled the 2 weeks well, and I thought they did some things well. When you're playing against a team like this and you have opportunities, you have to seize the moment, and we fell short on doing that.
This team had a lot of chances today, especially on that offensive end. Kind of talk about the penalties, that kind of cost you a lot of opportunities on that offense.
Yeah, we had 10 of them. A couple of them were 5-yarders. It just was procedural deals with some young guys that were antsy to want to go and strike somebody. Others were some that occurred that we'll need to clean up. So that's part of the game. And so when you say to them, you got a license to go play and let your personality show, and you're that aggressive, sometimes that happens. And so, I'm disappointed that they were called. I'm not disappointed that we played with aggression.
Go ahead.
Frank, on Garrett's last drive, what happened on the delay of game penalty and then with the timeout? He seemed pretty animated on the sidelines. Were there any issues with the play calls getting in?
No, there were. We substituted at one time, and the clock continued, and so it caught us, and so I wound up calling a timeout there. And then when we got to the sideline, he's a warrior. He wants to play, and he wanted to stay in the game. And I told him this is what we're going to do. He was a great teammate. He was supportive of his teammate. He stayed engaged, and I was very proud of him how he supported his teammate and his team.
Frank, what's your takeaway from this one? Both good and bad. What are you gonna leave here and say, all right, I know this about my team?
Yeah. I know that we have a team that has no fight in them, that they'll continue to play the duration of this season, that we'll play a very dangerous Arkansas team next week. We'll put this tape to bed and immediately turn our attention to them and build on the things that we did well, the things we did well defensively, the things we did well offensively, and special teams as well. I think there's a lot of things that you can take from this game to allow us to progress, and we're going to try to take advantage of it.
Go ahead.
Just with the decision you did make in the second half to go to Michael, as you look at that position going forward, do you expect there to be open competition there, or do you expect Garrett to be starting next week? Just
Yeah.
your thoughts?
I haven't put that kind of thought in it right now. Right now, I just want to be there for our players, to let them know we're going to be all right, to pick their heads up, and we're standing by you. We're in this thing together. Decisions of depth and what moving forward, we're not at that stage right now.
Your first time at the helm, Coach. What did you learn? What did you like? What didn't you like? What are you gonna look to do next week?
Yeah, I like the way our team played. I like the way our team prepared. I was hurt for our players. They wanted to win. I wanted them to have that, to savor that, to have that moment, and so I hurt for them. They were extremely disappointed in the locker room because they prepared so hard and so well. And so the key was to let them know, pick your chin up, hold your head high, and we'll continue to build off of this, that there is no disappointment. Although, unfortunately, we didn't get the win, the way you played mattered most. And so when you play the number 4 team in America and you put yourself in position, that's something you could build off. And so we'll build off of that, and we'll be better next week.
The red zone, do you think it's just a case of they could score a touchdown or two, get some confidence?
Yeah.
Do you think it's a mental thing, or what do you think?
We'll look at what we're doing down in that area again to find out what suits us best. So I take that from the kids. I put that on us as coaches, on myself, to try to find a way to put them in the best position to have success.
We have time for 2 more. Bryce.
Do you have any immediate update on Nick Anderson? What happened there?
I'm not sure. He was gone from the game, and I think he was going to get some x-rays. I'm not sure what beyond that, though.
Wilson. Oh, Koki.
26 carries tonight for your run game. Do you wish that number was higher? And
Yeah.
so then what's wrong?
I thought it was appropriate because the game got in a situation where we had to do what we needed to do to try to win the game. And at times that takes away the run. But I thought we ran the ball appropriately at the right times. and had some positive yards throughout the duration of the game at the back end. In a perfect world, certainly you'd like to be able to continue to do so, to open up your pass game as well. But once it became a 10-point lead, we had to do what was necessary to try to put ourselves in position to win the game, because that's ultimately the goal.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you, guys.
Sorry?